All right, everybody. So I'm about to add another assignment here for my sixth grade groups. And your last assignment, I had you guys create a Scratch account. We're not ready to do Scratch yet. I just wanted to get you guys at least started there to at least give you an activity. I know everybody's doing a lot of other work for other classes, so I'm trying not to overwhelm you with tech ed. This is not typically how we teach tech ed, obviously, so I'm trying to keep it short and sweet and give you guys some opportunities to do some really neat things that you could use for other classes as well too. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is browse out to spark.adobe.com. If you've logged in before, it should just automatically log you back in. It may prompt you for your username and your password and all that stuff. If you don't remember how to do that, you can go back to my original post here showing you how to access Adobe Spark. So the other thing that I want to remind you of is that I'm doing this in Google Chrome. I would recommend you guys do the same. It doesn't really matter if you're using a school-provided computer or if you're using a home computer. Right now I'm actually doing this from my home computer. So this should work on whether you have a Windows-based computer or an Apple computer. Should work if you have an iPad or an Android device or a Google Chromebook. That's kind of the beauty of Spark. All right. So today, what we are going to do is a slideshow. We're going to create a virtual slideshow. We'll go ahead and click this, and you can have it walk you through where you start with an idea and go through that way. I'm actually going to skip that because I have my own ideas. What you can do is start from scratch if you don't want to have anything and you just want to build on your own, or you can click one of these guys right here, a show and tell, an invitation, or what have you. You can do all of that on your own to give you some ideas if you want. I'm going to do start from scratch. I'm going to keep it fairly simple. So what this is doing is building the background to get this started. You guys can play this video. I'm not going to play it. It's an extra wasted minute that you guys can watch on your own, and you don't have to watch it through my video. So I'm just going to say, okay, I'm ready. You're going to notice mine shows up with a couple of things already. It has an outro. I own a little company called Appalachia Off-Road, and I branded this when I was playing around with it, and now it adds my branding to everything. So I'll show you how to get rid of that if you don't want that. So this adds a new slide. It just starts with 3 current slides. So we're on slide number 1. I'm going to start with text right here, and excuse me, we're just going to document. I'm going to have you guys come up with basically whatever you want. So if you want to document what you've been doing, which is kind of what I'm going to show you right here, I'm just going to call this our COVID-19 adventures. That may or may not be a great title. But honestly, a lot of families have had a lot of time on their hands, and you've had a lot of different times to do a lot of extra free time to do hopefully some fun stuff with your family. So let's take advantage of that and document it. All right. So I just dropped that in there. I can make the text larger. I can make the text smaller. I can get rid of the text if I want. Notice it put my branding down here. So I'm just going to let that go for now. I can show you guys something else too. If you're like, it's kind of plain and I'd like to change that up, you can. You can go in here to the theme, and as we just go ahead and click the theme, you'll see that it changes. All right, which is kind of cool. As you go through here, if you're like, I like that idea, but I want to change the color, some of these have extra colors that you can change them to also, and this is unlimited. You can go through and you can change as much as you want. So if you want some flair, maybe not that much flair, you can change that up, and that looks pretty neat. All right, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna add. I don't want to do just credits right now because I haven't really added anything. So I'm gonna click plus, and it adds another slide here for me. So on this slide, I'm gonna add a photo. Now you guys can use free photos. So if you go out there and you're like, I don't know, I like to hike. You can click hike, and it's going to show hiking photos or whatever you're into. Maybe you're into watching TV and Netflix, or you're into designing stuff on your computer, or playing lacrosse, or throwing a baseball in the front yard. Whatever you want to do, it has a lot of that there. So I'm not going to use any of these for now. You guys can. Instead, I'm going to upload a photo. And I put a folder on my desktop that had some stuff in here that I want to use. So I'm just going to add a couple of these. We'll keep it fairly simple. So there we go. I'm going to click that, say open. You know what I've done a lot of tech support. I'm making a lot of videos, and it has been difficult. So not everything always goes well on our end as well either, and it just kind of is what it is. So I'm going to click here and do some text. I'm going to do lots of tech support. And I'm not a tech support guy, but I've done a lot of it. It's what we need to do, and that's what we're doing. So go ahead and drop that on there, and I can basically go in and edit this later if I want to. For now, I'm just going to I'll just let it be. If I want to click edit, I can, again, make the picture a little bigger, a little smaller, pretty much whatever you want to do. So I'm going to add another one here. I'm going to do a photo here as well, and I'm going to upload a photo. We have made a lot of food, like a lot of food. We celebrated a birthday, and we're going to be celebrating another one here very soon. And so we've spent a lot of time making some homemade food. And if you want, you can leave this full screen. This is a vertical picture, so a lot of times what I like to do with a vertical picture is I'll split screen it, and by clicking plus I can fill this in a little bit, and over here I can add another photo or some text or whatever you want to do. So let me do, gonna work, and I'll just add a text. We made lots of food. All right, and you can go back in and again play around with this if you want, and customize that however you'd like. All right, I'm going to add another one down here and another photo, and let's see what I can find now. Yeah, we did some mountain biking, so I'm going to click this. I'm going to split screen this. I'm actually going to add a photo on both sides of it. So we'll let it do its split screen. And sometimes it takes a moment to make this work, to make this function. Is it going to work? There we go. All right. So I'm going to add another photo. And what else did we do? There we go. My son and I added a roof and a windshield to one of my project machines that I'm working on for UTV Off-Road Magazine. So I'm doing I work for those guys. We're based out of California, and this is a machine that I have that I'm testing for Can-Am, and I'm actually going to do a build with it. So I'm going to add a little text. Nah, I didn't want to do that. There we go. I'm just going to let that as it is. All right. So now, I'm not crazy about this theme. Oh, actually, I want to do one more thing. I'm going to add a video. So my son and my daughter spent some time in the backyard ripping around. And I'm going to drop this in here. Now, as you see, this is a video, and it's only a partial video, so it cuts it off. So I can actually go in here and adjust this a little bit. So if I want to play around with my starting and my ending times, so I can basically, to shorten this, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right from about here. And I'll move it back a little bit. There we go. So that's what I'd like to have. I'm going to go ahead and click save. So for the video clip, you have to click save. And remember, it's uploading all this to Adobe Spark. So you don't want to have a really, really long video clip. Otherwise, it's going to take a longer time. We have pretty fast internet where I'm at. And so I'm just going to be patient and try and talk you guys through this as it saves it. Almost done here. And with a little bit of luck, this is going to finish up here. There we go. All right, so I have my video in here. If I want, I can play around with the order, so I can change the order up on these. All right, if I wanted to on here as well, I could switch these back and forth. So if I wanted to change the order and I wanted this on one side and this on the other, I can do that as well too. The thing that I wanted to show you is if I want to go back and play around with the theme. So if I switch it up to the dark theme, if you noticed it was blue, kind of like a blue hue over top of the images, and I didn't necessarily like that. So I like this a lot better this way. All right. So a couple of images, maybe a video that you guys can upload. On the end, I want you guys to add your own credits. So design by, put your first name and your last name here. And if you used anybody else's photos, give them credit. Let's see, video credit. And maybe you could put that person's name right here. And photo credit. You put your name, put their name here. Their name's blah, blah, blah. That's not. But you can put those names there. And again, you can go back in here and you can edit these and do with them whatever you would like. All right. Now, mine actually shows up with an outro because of me creating this file previously. So what I can do, I can leave that here, or I can just click on here and hide it if I want. I'll just let it in for now. The final thing that I want to do is I want to go up here, and it's always good to do a preview. So let's preview it and see what it looks like. Not too shabby, right? Got some airtime there. All right, now I'm going to close this for a minute because that music was okay. But what I like is that you have the ability, if you click music up here, you can turn the music up, you can turn the music down, you can turn it off, and you can select which ones that you like. So if you're like, I want this. Now, I don't think that that's necessarily great for what I'm doing. Paris of the 1920s? Probably not. Maybe. Maybe. I like that one. No, it's not that one. It's that one. All right. And so I can go through and make any custom changes that I want. Again, if you're like, I don't like the theme or whatever, you guys make it exactly what you want it to be. You can also hit play from here as well too. Okay. And to preview the whole thing, you have to come up here and click it. So now you can see it with the music that it changed that I made. I'm just going to get out of here. When you guys are finished, you can download this. Absolutely, you can download this to your home computer if you want to copy it for yourself. What I would like you to do is I would like you to share it with me so that I can view it and give you credit for it. So just go ahead and click share, click invite. If you guys remember from the last assignment, share it with lschwartz@seal-pa.org and click invite. And then I have the ability to go out there and view it. I have to wrap this up. I only have 1 more minute left on my screen sharing time. So if I go back here and I hit home, you'll see that my recent project showed up here. And this is some of the projects that you guys have shown me as well too. You can go back and you can view any of your projects that you maybe have been working on. These are people whose projects that I've worked with. You can see that they're shared with me. And, this is just a really, really neat program that hopefully is giving you guys some fun things to work on. So please do this as the assignment, Spark Slideshow, and share it with me. And you guys have a great day.